THA offices and workers' homes. Third case of monkeypox detected in Trinidad. A pixel animation studio launched in Tobago and in sports. FC Phoenix remains unbeaten in the T&T Premier Football League. Good evening, I'm Patricia Nicholson-Richards. This is the Tobago Updates television news for Monday, 17th July, 2023. In the lead this evening, officers of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service Fraud Squad visited THA offices today in relation to the controversial audio clip. Meanwhile, several workers' homes were also visited by police over the weekend and the devices were seized. Reporter Luke James Trim attempted to get answers regarding this situation and brings this report.
The Commissioner of Police, Earl Christopher, gave directives to the fraud squad to launch an investigation into the controversial audio clip, according to Sergeant Joseph Jordan. While the public is anxious for information and updates, he assured that when sufficient information becomes available, the public would be informed.
Yes, the public may want to have detailed information, but I cannot provide detailed information on that. What I would say as relates to that matter, a number of claims made by the Chief Secretary, the THA, are being investigated or being looked at, and when the necessary information is gathered and if there is a thing to be checked on, that will be done and the public will be notified accordingly.
Tobago Updates received information that members of THA were visited by police officers and had their devices seized over the weekend.
It's true that devices were taken from certain individuals as part of the investigation?
At this point in time, I have no information on that, so I cannot see.
Police also visited various divisions, namely the Division of Education, Research and Technology and the Division of Tourism, Culture, Antiquities and Transportation. While the employees were reluctant to disseminate any information, eyewitnesses claim that officers were seen standing outside audit departments. They also visited offices of the advisors. During the election campaign, Chief Secretary Fali Augustine promised transparency from him and his executive council members. However, efforts to contact Augustine about these latest developments were unsuccessful.
Your call has been forwarded to B-Mobile Voice Messaging Center, 86.
Secretary in the Division of Education, Research and Technology, Ms. Sarisha Hackett, was also contacted for comment, but her phone went straight to voicemail.
Your call has been forwarded to B-Mobile Voice Messaging Center.
However, when contacted, Assistant Education Secretary Orlando Kerr stated that he is reserving comments until the Chief Secretary makes a statement. Meanwhile, Minority Leader Kelvon Morris was contacted, and he described the Audiogate scandal as one that requires the attention of law enforcement, and he will leave the proceedings of this investigation up to the law. I am Luke James Trim reporting for Tobago Updates Television News.
A third case of monkeypox was reported in Trinidad today. According to the Ministry of Health, the patient is a young adult male with a travel history. Following a response from the County Medical Officer of Health, the patient was placed into isolation and contact tracing has begun. The first two cases of monkeypox were reported in Trinidad last week. Meanwhile, health authorities in Tobago are being proactive as another case of monkeypox was detected in Trinidad. The Secretary of Health, Wellness and Social Protection, Dr. Faith B. Israel, was on the Tobago Updates morning show discussing the recent developments. Here is reporter Bianna Brebner with the details.
Mpox, also known as monkeypox, was recently detected in Trinidad. It is spread through person-to-person physical contact. Dr. Faith B. Israel, Secretary for Health, Wellness and Social Protection, explains more.
So what is Mpox? It's actually a virus that is spread from person to person. Well, the original description of it says that it was actually spread from animal to person. But now that it is in the human population, it spreads from person.
Although COVID and monkeypox are sometimes used interchangeably, they are not the same in terms of how they are spread. However, the public is urged to be cautious.
You need actual close physical contact with someone as the primary way of spreading. So we encourage to be careful of somebody who you may be kissing or someone who you may be having very close facial contact with or bodily contact, skin to skin contact, in the normal sense that usually happens with a close sexual partner is who that happens with. Or if you are in a household, somebody who you are hugging, somebody who you may be sleeping on the same bed with. So those are the areas where we are encouraging people to be a little cautious.
Despite the fact that the viruses causes rash and pox, Dr. Faith B. Israel explained the warning signs.
Fluids that come out of the lesions. We all know if you have a little cut, it usually springs a little bit of water, or the pox springs a little bit of fluid. And it is in that fluid that you see the most concentration of the virus. It also is in other bodily fluids as well, but that is the one that is most critical for us. And if that fluid then comes into contact with a broken skin, a mucosa lining, it gets into your mouth, your nose, that kind of thing, or it gets onto your skin and you have a broken skin, then you can contract Mpox.
It is advisable to go to the hospital and get tested if any symptoms are experienced.
They take the sample from the lesion, get the sample taken, and that sample is then sent to be tested. It's the same PCR testing that we are doing for COVID. It's the same kind of testing that is done to it. And that is when we would be able to say, yes, this person does actually have Mpox.
Less than 200 persons have died from monkeypox globally. As a result, Dr. Faith B. Israel stated that it is a mild virus and there is no need to have a lockdown similar to the COVID-19 pandemic. The island has been preparing since last year with policies for this particular virus. The symptoms can be treated at home, but infected individuals are advised to call 211 or 800-HEAL to get assistance. I am Bianna Brebner reporting for Tobago Updates Television News.
More news when we return.
I feel everybody should come out next week Tuesday because this sounds like a serious business.
Darrell Spring Whim Electoral District. It's your turn. The THA Executive Council is coming to meet with you as we continue our District Town Hall meeting series. We invite you to come out in your numbers at the Whim Community Center on Tuesday, 18th July at 6:30 p.m. as the Executive Council members give updates on existing and upcoming programs and projects. You also get the opportunity to
post your views, whatever is troubling you, what your concerns, what you need improve.
So join us from 6:30 p.m. on Tuesday, July 18th at the Whim Community Center for the Executive Council's District Town Hall meeting. People of Spring Garden, Whim, Union, Marysill, Plymouth Road, Glen Road, Darrell Spring, Orange Hill Road, and Mount Mary. This meeting is for you. Remember, your voice matters.
This is how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show, and everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look up below. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show.
From the experts that created the Zinger sandwich comes the KFC Crispy Barbecue Zinger.
The only one I see is you.
Cheddar cheese, crispy onions, the most delicious Kentucky Fried Chicken, and barbecue sauce. Get ready for a whole new level of flavor.
cartoons, comics, animation, video games. All this and more are possible out of the ePixel Animation Studio located at the Cove Eco Industrial Park. In this story, senior reporter Candice Jackson introduces Tobago to 21st century digital creations from brilliant young Tobagonians.
Imagine, create, animate. Young digital innovators at the newly launched ePixel Animation Studio are poised to take Tobago out into the digital world, and they are already producing content. One of their projects is an animation series entitled Tobago Trek.
It starts with a shipwreck akin to Robinson Crusoe that we all know about, right? You come up on shore in Tobago, and there's a young couple, Kimberly and Ryan, right, who are shipwrecked on the island of Tobago and now have to find their way back home safely.
So far, they produced one episode out of an 11-part series. Additionally, the ePixel team created a special animation for the Tobago Heritage Festival.
Feet are grounded, guided with every step. Fertile ground for our culture to grow. She asked us to go back to the bush. The bush gave us permission. Her tears like rain nurtured the garden and we bloomed.
Thus, we created a short animation focused on a journey, a building up to the crescendo that is the Tobago Heritage Festival.
After the idea was set, I was primarily responsible for polishing the storyboard in preparation for the animation phase, which was led by my colleague, Naftali Jacro.
We were able to separate the storyboard into 10 scenes that comprised of mixed media animations.
I was responsible for creating creating and modeling the tree with the sound design and compositing all the different pieces together.
Carlton Lindo said they placed a lot of effort into creating an animation that all of Tobago would appreciate.
Sounds like a lot of work, and it is hours and hours of work. But in the end, after hours of animating, editing, and rendering, hours, days, a new and what I would say a very unique representation of the Tobago Heritage Festival is produced.
Chief Secretary Farley Augustine fully endorsed the work produced by the animation team and hoped that it is the start of Tobago being displayed digitally.
One of our shortfalls as an island is that we don't tell our stories enough, and not enough of us are writing our stories. And through this facility at EID Court, we have now an avenue, and think for a moment that Tobago can be marketed through a video game, and that through a video game, without even landing on our shores, you get an opportunity to experience our folkloric culture, to experience our to experience what to offer.
I am Candice Jackson reporting for Television News.
A more reliable water supply is coming to the people of Southwest Tobago. The Signal Hill to Storby Local Road Pipeline Project and the Hope Trace Booster Station were commissioned today. This was done off Pascal Village in Lambo, Tobago, with several dignitaries present. It was promised to be completed in 45 days, and this was in fact realized. Janae Campbell has more in this report.
Organized crime is often aided and abetted by corrupted individuals employed within the protective services. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley believes he has a plan to clean up law enforcement.
And I'm telling this country that we are prepared to pay extra to police officers in those vetted units if they will maintain their integrity and help us to root out the criminals in the police service, in the customs, in immigration, and in the parliament.
However, the announcement immediately raised red flags with opposition MP Rudolph Munilal.
The Rowley is proposing a 21st century mongoose gang in Trinidad and Tobago, led, initiated, directed, instigated, and promoted by the political directorate to be involved in criminal investigations. Inside, plant them is like an implant.
His concerns are about the selection of officers for the unit.
Who will vet the vetted? Who is going to select them? Rowley? Is it the same police officers you put illegally to go and do a report on the firearm unit in the TTPS? the same retired police officers.
Meanwhile, the chairman of the Tobago Business Chamber, Attorney Martin George, described the plan to pay vetting officers higher wages as a recipe for disaster.
And create a rich and fecund feeding ground for even greater corruption within the service, with persons seeking to doctor the books, to, fix the records, to, jockey for positions within this supposedly specialized unit, because your motivation then is money.
In addition, MP Munilal stated that the attempt to increase the pay of vetting officers is a violation of the Constitution's guarantee of equality of treatment for public officers.
You cannot pay one group of police officers more than the rest of the service. That also is discrimination. All police officers, all deserve increase in salaries.
According to Munilal, it is laughable that the Prime Minister wants to pay the special unit higher salaries when the Ministry of National Security is unable to purchase new vehicles and equipment for the police. I am Candice Jackson reporting for Tobago Updates Television News.
We do apologize, but that story was concerned with who will vet the vetted, at higher wages being a corrupting factor, were raised by the opposition UNC and the Tobago Business Chamber. This followed the latest crime-fighting initiative announced by Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley at a PNM meeting in Taruba, San Fernando on Sunday night. Dr. Rowley revealed the plans to establish a vetting unit in the TTPS, which will be paid more than regular police officers. Senior reporter Candice Jackson shared the details with us. So we'll take a short break and come back with more news right after this.
Are you looking for a place for your loved ones? Heavenly Care welcomes you. Located at Northside Road opposite Massey Motors, we offer a variety of services. These include doctor visitations, social activities, geriatric care, and much more. Contact us at 277-9595 or visit us at Northside Road opposite Massey Motors. At Heavenly Care, compassion is at the heart of all care.
Back to the story we wanted to bring you earlier. A more reliable water supply is coming to the people of Southwest Tobago. The Signal Hill to Storby Local Road Pipeline Project and Hope Trace Booster Station were commissioned today. This was done off Pascal Village, Lambo, with several dignitaries present. It was promised to be completed in 45 days, and this was in fact realized. Janae Campbell has more in this report.
WASA head of the Tobago region, Brian Williams, highlighted that this project was envisioned to create an alternative supply to residents of the Southwest region.
Area is traditionally supplied by the Corland Water Treatment Plant, which is adversely affected in terms of flow and our ability to transmit and deliver during the dry season. What this project does, it allows us, we have some well fields along the adjacent to the highway, Claude Noel wells, Collar Hall wells, Pentecostal Light and Life wells, farm wells. It allows us to take water from this alternate area supply.
According to the Minister of Public Utilities, the Honorable Marvin Gonzalez, this was not the only undertaking to have occurred in recent times.
We commissioned a couple months ago the Shervan Road Booster Station, the Cut Hill Booster Station, as well as the French Fort Booster Station. We would have successfully desilted the Hillsborough Dam to the tune of $64.5 million. As a matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, I was doing a rough calculation before I take this podium. And I was shocked when I realized after doing the calculation that we have spent almost $80 million in doing projects to improve the supply of water to the people of Tobago.
Also present was MP for Tobago West and Minister of Sport and Community Development, the Honourable Shamfa Kojo, who was happy that her constituents can now move from a 3-day water supply to a 5-day water schedule.
Well, I'm very pleased that we were able to deliver this project on time. As a member of cabinet, I had the ability to witness from bringing the note to cabinet and getting it passed all the way to seeing it delivered. I was here when we launched, and the promise that it would be delivered within 45 days. So I'm pleased that we delivered on time.
When questioned about plans for residents of Tobago East who have been experiencing water woes, Minister Gonzalez conveyed that big things are happening.
We are going to be constructing a new water treatment plant in Goldsboro in Tobago. We expect that water treatment plant will be producing over 2 million gallons of water per day. So the people of the eastern side of Tobago will benefit tremendously from the 7 new booster stations to come on stream and the construction of this new Goldsboro water treatment plant that will add.
Janet Campbell, Tobago Updates Television News.
Our sport report is next.
Tobago, after freeness is more speed and better TV. Get a free Samsung smartphone and free installation, plus 200 megabits per second, Paramount Plus, and more for only $299 with a select 200 plan from Flow. Visit online at discoverflow.co today.
Everybody only worrying. Never ever worry, don't mind how things looking hard. I tell them never ever worry, if your nice car get damaged bad. I tell them never ever worry, what I'm saying is true. So just consider, Tatil is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry, don't mind if life make you sad. I tell them never ever worry, if your house get flooded out real bad. I tell them never ever worry, what I'm saying is true. So just consider, Tatil is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry, if sickness catch you off guard. I tell them never ever worry, if times fall on you real hard. I tell them never ever worry, what I'm saying is true. So just consider, Tatil will always be here for you. Never worry about a thing. Tatil, where people are people. You know what I mean.
This is our sport report, starting with football. FC Phoenix remains unbeaten in the Trinidad and Tobago Premier Football League. They faced off against Petty Valley Diego Martin United yesterday at the Dwight York Stadium. Sport reporter Marcus Daniel has more in this report.
FC Phoenix extended their unbeaten start to the Trinidad and Tobago Premier Football League Tier 2 table. They defeated Petty Valley Diego Martin United 3-1 at home on Saturday. Playing at the Dwight York Stadium, the Canaan-based team dominated proceedings from the first whistle. Phoenix had the ball in the back of the net midway through the first half, following a quickly taken free kick, but it was ruled offside. Despite a goalless first half, Phoenix kept pressing on and found the elusive opening goal in the 50th minute. National player Trevin Caesar showed some nippy footwork on the left in evading his markers before being brought down in the area. Referee Keon York did not hesitate to point to the spot. Penalty to Phoenix. Up stepped the informed striker Jem Gordon, who gave the opposing goalkeeper no chance with a powerful shot. 1-0 Phoenix. The second goal was laid on a platter for Phoenix, but still required some skills to finish. Failing to clear from the back, Petty Valley Diego Martin was made to pay when the alerted Adriel George intercepted an errant pass and had only the defender and the goalkeeper to beat before finishing from close range. 2-0 to Phoenix. Fast forward to the 71st minute, 3 players were recorded following a scuffle. Phoenix's Trevin James and 2 players from the visiting team were the players sent to the showers early. The game was put to rest in the 89th minute, courtesy of substitute Jariel Arthur, who fired into an open net following a well-executed build-up. Petty Valley were gifted a consolation item in the 90th minute. The win saw Phoenix regain their spot atop the standings with 14 points, 1 point ahead of second place Queen's Park Cricket Club. Marcus Daniel, Tobago Update Sports.
Now to basketball. A couple of teams from Trinidad participated in a youth-friendly basketball tournament at the Shaw Park Hard Courts over the weekend. More from Marcus Daniel.
Elite Eagles Basketball Academy recently hosted a 4-team friendly basketball youth tournament at the Shaw Park Hard Courts. The tournament featured 2 teams from Trinidad, Enterprise Basketball Club and Royalty Basketball Club, and 2 teams from Tobago, Star Seekers and host Elite Eagles. A total of 12 games were played over the 2-day event. Enterprise proved too strong for their counterparts as they won 3 of their 4 games played. Speaking to Tobago Updates Sports, tournament organizer Kerry Celestine explained the objective behind the tournament.
The 4 teams on top were the 4 teams that took part in the competition. It was a friendly competition between all 4 clubs, so we did not have like a championship team. Each team played each other. The teams from Trinidad were visiting Tobago. They usually come to Tobago every July, August holiday, and they expressed that they wanted to have some practice games and stuff with our club.
Marcus Daniel, Tobago Updates Television Sports.
And that's it for sports, but more news when we return.
Inner Health, number 13B, Portmore, Scarborough, Tobago, with over 25 years experience, offering services in and not limited to microscopic blood analysis, reflexology, and the sale of a wide range of organic herbal products used to supplement thyroid, lymphatic, heart, kidney, and brain health, and the male and female reproductive systems. Come and chat with us. Remember, your health is your wealth. Jimmy's Holiday Resorts has 1, 2, and 3 bedroom, fully self-contained apartments located at the heart of Crown Point. Minutes walk to the popular beaches, restaurants, bars, and the airport. Enjoy our amazing amenities such as fully equipped apartments, complete with Wi-Fi, AC, TV, and a pool, and a mini-mart on the compound. Call 639-8292 or 8929. Jimmy's Holiday Resorts is your family's home away from home.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
Following the first part of the Miss Heritage Personality Competition, we were curious about your favorite queen, so we took to the streets to hear from you about your favorite pick for the Miss Tobago Heritage Personality 2023. You can have a look now.
So I know Nikia from Plymouth, and I know Tanika from Sisters in Culture. So I'll pick Nikia from Plymouth because she's very talented. And she just sing and whatever.
I'll be selecting Sisters in Culture.
Yes, I'm supporting Crystal Lashley, Broad Police Youth Club, all the way.
Tanika Cruikshank representing Sisters in Culture.
3 people here that I know, but I feel this Nikia girl here, I'll pick she.
This is my pick, Sparkle Taylor, representing Castara.
I'm choosing Sparkle all the way from Castara.
That's it from all of us Here at Tobago Updates, but recapping the headlines. Third case of monkeypox detected in Trinidad. Fraud squad officers raid THA's officers and workers' homes. A pixel animation studio launched in Tobago and in sports. FC Phoenix remains unbeaten in the T&T Premier Football League. I'm Patricia Richards, wishing you a good night.